She wasn't born into international fame, yet there was always something quietly captivating about her, a presence that felt both tender and self-assured, a screen aura that made viewers pause and pay attention. Yağmur Yüksel didn't arrive in the entertainment world with noise or spectacle. Instead, she built her identity through subtle intensity, transforming natural talent and determination into one of the most promising young faces of her generation. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you're into deep dives on star journeys, lifestyles, and the real stories behind the spotlight, hit subscribe now and stay tuned for more. Yağmur Yüksel was born in Turkey, growing up far from the polished sets and bright studio lights that would later define her career. Long before television recognition, she was simply a young girl drawn to performance, fascinated by emotion, storytelling, and the power of expression. Acting was not a calculated ambition at first. It was a quiet passion that gradually shaped her direction. Her early years were marked by discipline and self-development. Like many rising Turkish actors, she invested time in understanding character depth, screen presence, and emotional control. Rather than chasing overnight fame, she focused on building skill and confidence. That foundation would later become her greatest strength. Her breakthrough came with the television series Celebrity, a drama that quickly captured attention both domestically and internationally. Portraying a complex female lead, she delivered a performance layered with vulnerability, resilience, and quiet strength. Audiences connected not just to the storyline, but to the emotional authenticity she brought to each scene. The role introduced her to a rapidly expanding fan base. As the series gained momentum across digital platforms and international broadcasts, Yağmur Yüksel became a recognizable name beyond Turkey's borders. Her on-screen chemistry, expressive gaze, and controlled emotional delivery set her apart in a competitive industry known for intense drama and powerful storytelling. Unlike performers who rely solely on dramatic intensity, her style balances softness with strength. She allows silence to speak, often conveying more through subtle facial expression than dialogue. That restraint gives her performances realism, making viewers feel as though they are witnessing genuine emotion rather than scripted moments. Off camera, her image reflects simplicity and elegance. She maintains a refined yet understated public presence, often sharing glimpses of professional shoots, behind-the-scenes moments, and carefully curated lifestyle content. Rather than constant extravagance, her aesthetic leans toward minimalism and natural beauty, reinforcing her relatable appeal. As her popularity grows, so does her influence. Brand collaborations, media interviews, and international fan engagement have expanded her professional reach. While exact financial figures remain private, her rising status in Turkish television and global streaming markets positions her among the new generation of commercially valuable young actresses. What makes Yağmur particularly compelling is emotional sincerity. In an industry where dramatic exaggeration can dominate, she grounds her performances in authenticity. Whether portraying heartbreak, inner conflict, or quiet determination, she connects through honesty rather than theatrics. As of 2026, Yağmur Yüksel stands at a pivotal stage in her career. With a rapidly expanding audience and growing industry recognition, she represents a new wave of Turkish talent crossing borders through digital platforms. Her journey reflects patience, dedication, and belief in steady growth rather than instant spotlight. That wraps up today's feature. If you enjoyed this content, like the video and subscribe to Celebrity Fandom for more in-depth celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. She wasn't handed fame, yet there was always an intensity in her presence, a quiet strength behind her eyes that made every scene feel heavier, more real. Damla Sönmez didn't chase the spotlight recklessly. She built her reputation step by step, choosing depth over noise and substance over speed. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you're into deep dives on star journeys, lifestyles, and the real stories behind the spotlight, hit subscribe now and stay tuned for more. Damla Sönmez was born on May 3, 1987, in Istanbul, Turkey. From an early age, She was drawn to performance and expression. She studied at the prestigious St. Joseph French High School before continuing her education at Paris-Sorbonne University and later Mimar, Sinan Fine Arts University, where she trained in theater. That academic foundation shaped her artistic discipline, giving her a technical command of performance that would later define her career. Her acting journey began in the mid-2000s with television appearances, but it was her role in the series Geisgundas that first introduced her to a wider audience. However, Damla's breakthrough came with the critically acclaimed drama Bur Asakayasai, where her emotionally layered performance proved she wasn't just another rising actress. She was a serious talent capable of carrying complex narratives. Rather than leaning into predictable roles, Damla consistently gravitated toward challenging characters. In Çukur, one of Turkey's most talked-about crime dramas, she portrayed Efsun, a character filled with emotional conflict and sharp intelligence. Her performance added depth to the series and expanded her fan base dramatically. Later, in Aziz, she once again demonstrated her ability to balance vulnerability with strength, further cementing her reputation as a versatile performer. Damla's approach to her craft reflects careful intention. She is known for immersing herself fully into her roles, prioritizing psychological realism and authenticity. Instead of chasing constant visibility, she selects projects that align with artistic value, which has earned her respect not only from audiences, but also from critics and industry insiders. Off-screen, Damla maintains a refined, yet understated public image. Fluent in multiple languages and deeply connected to theater, she represents a blend of cultural sophistication and grounded professionalism. She has collaborated with fashion and lifestyle brands, appearing at high-profile events, yet she keeps her private life guarded and controlled. Her lifestyle reflects balance and intellectual curiosity. She values artistic growth, literature, and meaningful storytelling. While her relationships have occasionally drawn media attention, she has consistently kept the focus on her work rather than personal headlines. Over the years, Damla Sönmez has built a steady and respected career in both television and film. Her earnings come from acting projects, brand partnerships, and long-term collaborations, reflecting a career built on consistency rather than hype. What truly sets her apart is artistic integrity. In an industry often driven by trends, Damla chooses evolution. She embraces emotionally demanding roles, challenges herself across genres, and prioritizes credibility over comfort. That dedication continues to define her path. As of 2026, Damla Sönmez stands as one of Turkey's most refined and compelling actresses, a performer known not just for fame, but for depth, intelligence, and enduring presence on screen. That wraps up today's feature. If you enjoyed this content, like the video and subscribe to Celebrity Fandom for more in-depth celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.